Now let's take you to Karnataka. Months after Mirana exposed how food packets infested with insects, worms, and ants were supplied to Anganwadis in Bengaluru, the authorities have swung into action. The results of the materials which were sent for lab tests have arrived, and the results are shocking to say the least. The report says that many of the sampled items like peanuts, soya mix, red chilies and mustard have been declared substandard and even unsafe. The FSSAI report even adds that packing of many items has been done in a negligent and unscientific manner by the MSPTC and has asked authorities to monitor this in a strict manner. The Mahila Supplementary Nutrition Program Production and Training Center has been booked under Section 56 of the FSSAI Act, and a fine of 20,000 rupees has been levied. My colleague Neha Hebale, who did the story for us, who brought out the visuals of those of the insects and worms in these food packets, prompting the FSSAI to then conduct its own test, is now joining us live. Neha, so the FSSAI is now, in fact, after their own probe, their own lab tests, coming to the conclusion that what was being served there was substandard, to say the least.
Absolutely, Viren, that's right. In fact, this is what really tastes like, the sweet smell of success, to say the least, because the fact still remains that, do remember, shortly after we exposed the apathy of the MSPC centers and of the Anganwadis, the then minister, Ms. Jayamala, was, of course, in denial of any of this. And now we have lab reports from the FSSAI itself that show that, yes, the items that we pointed out, be it the groundnuts, be it the red chilies, the mustard, all of it is, of course, substandard and unsafe. So these are lab reports from a government authority that is ideally, directing the government to take some action, stringent action against cracking down on the MSPC and also, of course, on the errant authorities. But do remember, Viren, what we're really asking over here is once we expose the apathy of, the corruption, also the nexus between the traders and the MSPC centers also that was supplying the raw materials to the Anganwadi centers, the only action that's been initiated at this point of time is a fine of 20,000 rupees on the MSPC center, and no action has been taken against the trader. What we're given to understand is that the trader has been let off with just a mere warning. So we are going to continue this till the time that, of course, the authorities realize that it is about time that they brought to book. So is a fine of merely 20,000 enough? Now, also remember that the MSPC centers, the members of the MSPC centers that supply the raw materials to the Anganwadi centers were booked under Section 56 of the FSSAI Act that clearly goes on to show that a higher fine can be imposed. So we are going to continue to question and grill the authorities, because this is something that's affecting the lives of thousands of little children that are still eating at the Anganwadi centers. Now, parents, of course, of these children send them to the Anganwadi centers with the hope that they get nutritious, hygienic and healthy food. And clearly what we exposed from many Anganwadi centers was anything but that. So now what we're questioning is, why is it that only a fine of 20,000 has been imposed for a scam worth crores of rupees? Now, why we call it a scam worth crores of rupees is, do remember what was ideally happening over here, to jog the memory of our viewers, what was ideally happening over here was that substandard products, substandard raw materials, items were being supplied for rates higher than what they were supposed to be supplied for. The APMC shop, Sarita Enterprises over here in Bengaluru, had admitted to that. We had an admission also from the MSPC center later stating that they were unaware of the substandard products being supplied. It was after our report that they did, go on cam and even admit that